If you want to see how this Vevor Diesel Heater works, keep watching.
Welcome to Outdoor Gear 411
with Robbie and Adrian. A couple weeks ago, we showed you this Vevor Diesel Heater and all the components that go with it. We're hoping that it's going to be a great way to heat our camper van conversion whenever it's cold. Today, we're going to get it started, see how it works. Over here in the box, I have some, I don't want to say extra parts, but kind of extra parts. This is a 12-volt plug. This is the air duct for air coming out, and these are extra clamps. Out here on the table, I've got the intake pipe, the exhaust pipe, the plug-in, because this one actually comes with an adapter to be hooked up to 110. This is an exhaust pipe cover to make sure it doesn't get too hot. Hopefully you don't ever grab it. The muffler, the extra clamps over here. I've got some diesel down there. Couple things first, we got to get some clamps on, get our intake pipe hooked up to it and our exhaust hooked up to it. Let's do it. Let's do this first. So we need to put a clamp on it. So just tighten this clamp up a little bit. There we go. For the intake, we're going to run it through this little hole right here. It goes just like that. But, of course, need to put a clamp on it first. Not too bad. There we go. She's tightened down. Let's slip this exhaust cover over that. Okay. I'm just going to bend this out to the side right here. That pipe, just flexible pipe, so it's going to bend nice and easy. And everything I've read and seen says you want it pointed downhill just a little bit. So again, I'm going to put it up on blocks so it can easily be pointed downhill, mainly to make sure we don't burn the table. I think our next step is to put some fuel in, and then we'll plug it up and start the fuel pump to basically prime the heater so it can start. At least that's what the directions say to do. We went ahead and filled it up, mainly thinking we might just leave it running today as part of our test to see how long it'll run. Our next step is to plug in the adapter. This is our intake, so it's not going to get hot. So it doesn't matter if it's close to that cord. Once everything is ready, you need to manually pump fuel into it before turning it on. Long press the left button for 7 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can hear the ticking in there now. That's the fuel pump, manually pumping fuel into it to get everything started. That 300-second countdown will keep going, and I think we'll be able to actually start it after that. The 300-second countdown has ended. So now we're gonna hit the start button. I think that's all you do is basically hit the power button. Start heating. Well, we can hear stuff happening. Oh, it's sucking air in, pushing air out. So it's moving air at least. We're working on figuring out the LCD screen and whatnot. We're assuming it's on level 10 right now. I'm hearing more and more happening here. It's blowing white smoke out, obviously. That essentially just means it's getting started and getting going. Air's starting to come out of here. I think it's just burning a bunch of stuff out, like burning all the oil off of the exhaust and whatnot. Overpumping can result in a large amount of white smoke. So basically it got started, got a lot of fuel into it. So again, we're on level 10 right now. We're gonna let it just keep going a little bit more until this white smoke clears out. Before we got started on this process, it was like 56. It's about 50 some degrees out here. So if you shoot the metal on the inside of there, it's 200 degrees. That really directs it. This is getting hot pretty quick.
It's like 90 something.
So we've got hot air coming out. That's a really good sign. Shoot the muffler real quick and see what it is. Everybody says it gets really hot. 100 degrees already. A little bit of discoloration on the exhaust line up here. It was kind of a silver color, and now it's turning more of a bronzish gold color. Probably need to get, yeah, it had already melted that table right there a little bit. It's not cold out here by any means, but that really feels good. So temperature and gear switching. In the power on state, long press the power button for 2 seconds to switch between temperature and gear modes. Yep. So now it's at 55.4 degrees. When we change this, it looks like it's set on 78.8 right now. If I hit the down, 77, 75, 73, and then it flips back to 55. So it's saying it's 55 degrees out here right now. We've got it set on 73. It's pretty warm, that's for sure. We're trying to figure out if this will come off at all. I feel like it's not supposed to.
Oh, no, there's a wire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that ain't supposed to come off because there was a wire underneath there that the remote was attached to. Thermostat probably is not going to be necessarily something. We're probably going to be running on gear mode. We're planning on having the heater outside the van. If we try to run it on a thermostat and it's 30 degrees outside and it's always trying to make it 70 degrees, it's going to be crazy hot inside the van. We'll find a level that feels good and keeps the inside of the van warm and then go with that. All right, next step, remote control matching. In the shutdown state, long press so we got to turn it off. It took probably 3 to 4 minutes for it to completely shut down. Now we're going to pair the remote. Press and hold the power off button. It worked, didn't it? There you go. I'm just pressing the on button to switch between gear or temperature mode. Run it down, there's level 9, 8, 7. Ideally what's going to happen is once we get this thing rolling and it's outside the van, we can easily be inside the van and change the temperature, start up or turn it off. Okay, so I was trying to change the time on here and it says long press for 2 seconds to enter the SO1 mode. Long press the power button to modify the hours. There we go. I don't know what time it is.
9:17.
Long press that for the minutes. And then just hit the power button again and it puts us right back to it. The next thing we just found, which is really pretty cool, is a timer mode. We knew we were getting back to the van at 8 o'clock this evening. We could set on here for it to start at 8 o'clock, for it to run. Minimum duration is 30 minutes, maximum duration is 10 hours. So when we get back to the van, it would have already started, be running, and hopefully the van would be warm. That's really pretty cool. I didn't know it would do all that. So one thing we did find out, it's not Bluetooth, so we were kind of hoping that possibly we could hook it up to our phone, but it doesn't have that capability, but it does have this remote capability. So that's pretty cool for sure. We can still adjust it from inside the van instead of having to go outside and start it or adjust the temperature. We started it about 9:15-ish or so. It's 9:20 now. We're gonna go ahead and leave it running and see how long it'll run. So you may want to subscribe and hit the notification bell for the results of that test. Super excited to get this thing going, get it hooked up to the van and heat the van on the inside. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Comment below if you've used a Vevor diesel heater or any diesel heater for that matter. Thanks for coming along on our journey, and as always, thanks for watching.